Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. I am your host, Nisha Sharma, and Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maha Rudradev Mandir. And of course, our Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. Now, today's program is a very special program. We want to dedicate it to our daughter, Rudraaya Sharma, as she celebrates her 14th birthday tomorrow. So on behalf of Pandit Ravi and myself and Rudraaya, we invite all of you to service tomorrow morning at Maha Rudradev Mandir to celebrate Rudraaya's birthday. And we dedicate this entire segment of Rudraaya to Rudraaya. Rudraaya, happy birthday. We'll now join our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma, for our Katha. Enjoy.
Jaya Siya Rama, Jaya Siya Rama,
Jaya Siya Rama, Jaya Siya Rama,
Jaya Siya Rama, तेरा भेद से परे मुझसे जाते शरद भजे तेरा प्राचित सदा सीत साक्षात् राम आत्मना जय सिया राम जय सिया राम
Jai Siya Rama, Jai Siya Rama,
जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय राधे कृष्ण जय राधे कृष्ण
Jai Radhe Krishna,
जय राधे कृष्ण जय राधे कृष्ण जय राधे कृष्ण जय राधे कृष्ण जय राधे कृष्ण
Radhe Krishna, Jai Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna.
It is indicated that Lord Himself, that as we see Him in all different manifestations, of course we are all quite aware that Hindus itself has many different forms of the Lord. And so we have many different choice, and it gives us many different pathways and many different methods. It is indicated. And who are us to criticize or to condemn one method? Our Shastras tells us of the different methods and how to reach the goal. Once the goal itself is clear, how to reach it, it becomes possible. The impossible becomes possible through God's grace. We have indicated that you must have self-effort. Don't just depend on Ram Nam and say I'll reach my goal, but have self-effort, have human effort. We've indicated. You must put forth human effort. You must put your best foot forward. You must put the time in also. If you want a promotion and job, will you continue to go to work late every single day? Will you continue to, as soon as the clock strikes, ready to go home? When it is called for time of opportunities, no, I can't make it. Then do you think you will be in line? Or why didn't they choose me, to get this opportunity or this promotion in work? Why was I not chosen? Devotees, the same thing in school also as children, if we ask them. When I tell my children, I said, listen, if you don't continue asking questions, you don't continue being verbal, I mean in a nice way, right? Some of us, we verbally speaking right through whatever the teacher is not saying. But if we ask questions in such manner, teacher says, well, yes, here's a child that shows great attention. Here's a child that when I'm marking, you know what? They get the extra mark. We all know this. These are common facts that we are all quite aware of. So similarly also, the Lord Himself is ever watchful. Binu padachale sunne binu kana, meaning that the Lord who sees without eyes, hears without ears, walks without feet, and will taste without a tongue. Have you wondered how is the Lord going to eat a prasad? Do you think that you will just turn your back and then He will just grab a little bit and eat it in His mouth? Devotees, many of this belief. Still today, after performing so many years of prayer, Panditji, how the Lord is going to accept our prasad? How does He eat it? Devotees, we all have to understand. Just as how we want to relay a message, well, how do you think you can relay a message towards the Lord? Well, now within a second, you can send a WhatsApp or a text or something to somebody in the next part of the world. Within a split of a second, they will get the message. So do you not think that through the method of prayer, the line of communication is always open? The method is there. It is called as prayer. And so it is indicated that one who will continue on this prayer. And so as we continue along the pathway, it tells us indeed that we sing the glories of the Lord. We sing such pastimes of the Lord that will bring us endless or eternal happiness in this living life. Devotees, it continues by saying,
मेरे मन में राम, मेरे तन में राम, मेरे रोम रोम की समाया राम है, मेरे सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, ओ मेरे सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, मेरे राम स्वामी अंतर्यामी, तुम हो स्वामी अंतर्यामी.
it tells us, Lord, that you call us Antaryami, that you call us Inadwala. And so while I may look and I may search for you all on the outside, I've forgotten that you reside right within.
तुमको स्वामी अंतर्यामी, हे उदास तिहारा तिहारा, हे उदास तिहारा, तेरी लगन में, तेरी धुन में, तेरी लगन में, तेरी धुन में, बीत जीवन सारा सारा, बीत जीवन सारा. जैसे फूलों में रंग, जैसे जल में तरंग, मेरे आत्मा है तो ही आको याम है, मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है.
that I recognize that you are my Thakur, that you are mine, Lord. I recognize of your infinite greatness, and I understand that you pervade this entire world. Still, मैं तेरे चाकर, that I'm like a chakra bird, that is my worst voice, my voice that is not so great that I try and sing or I try and speak of your glories, but still I know that you will listen to my prayer.
तुम ठाकुर मैं तेरे चाकर, जागो तेरे द्वारे ओ निश दिन, जागो तेरे द्वारे। हर संगत में विघ्न विगत में, हर संगत में विघ्न विगत में, अवगाम तिहारा तिहारा, अवगाम तिहारा। जय सुन है इनु में दिल तारो ही जिलमिल, मेरे हृदय में तेरा नाम है, मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही मेरे राम, मेरे राम, मेरे राम,
मेरे राम,
मेरे मन में राम, मेरे तन में राम, मेरे रोम रोम की समाया राम है, मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है, ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है।
My dear viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's katha, and as I said, this episode of Rudraaya is dedicated to our daughter Renisha Sharma as she celebrates her birthday tomorrow at Maharujdev Mandir. A cordial invitation to all of you. We'll now join our sponsors for some messages.
If you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in real estate, look no further. Terry Diaram, your #1 sales representative. Terry comes with a wealth of experience and a proven record in providing complete real estate solutions. Terry offers flexible commercial rates for sellers and is committed to providing the highest level of service to his clients. Call Terry now for a free consultation at 416-890-1005 or visit his website at www.royalcanadianrealty.com.
My dear viewers, we are at the health segment of Rudraaya, so we'll now join our own Dr. Sachin Ramkisu.
Sitaram and welcome to Health Corner. I am Dr. Sachin Ramkisoon, and today is the third and last episode on stress. On today's episode, we will be continuing our talk on strategies to reduce stress in our daily lives. Last week we spoke about the first two strategies, avoiding unnecessary stress altogether, followed by changing the stressful situation so it is not so stressful in the future. The third strategy is to adapt to the stressful situation. If you cannot change the stressor, you may be able to change your attitude and expectations. Reframe problems to view stressful situations in a more positive perspective. For instance, being stuck in traffic can instead be viewed as an opportunity for some alone time to enjoy music. Look at the big picture so that you can add perspective on a stressful situation. Will this situation matter in a month? Will it matter in a year? Adjust your standards if you have to. Perfectionism is often unattainable and instead a major source of stress. Set reasonable standards for yourself and others that you can be happy with. Lastly, during stressful times, try to focus on the positive things in your life. This helps keep things in perspective and reduce your stress level. The fourth strategy is to accept the things you cannot change. Some stressful situations are unavoidable in life. such as work pressure, illness, or loss of a loved one. In these cases, the best way to cope under stress is to accept things as they are. Avoid trying to control things that are out of your control. Instead, try to focus on things that you can change, such as the way that you react to problems. Learning to forgive allows many of us to accept the fact that we are all imperfect and that people do make mistakes. Letting go of anger and resentment allows you to reduce your stress levels. Share your feelings, whether it's with a friend, a family member, or a therapist. Opening up is not a sign of weakness. The simple act of expressing what you're going through can be very therapeutic. The fifth strategy is to make time for fun and relaxation. Even if you cannot eliminate stress altogether, make time for yourself that you can often use to regroup and to face the next challenge. Set personal time aside to relax and focus your mind. This can be through meditation, chanting, singing, or attending the temple. Taking a break from all your responsibilities allows you to recharge your batteries. Going for a walk, chatting with a good friend, writing in your journal, taking a long bath, working in the garden, or reading a good book can all reduce your stress level. The important point is to make time to do something you enjoy every day that becomes part of your daily routine. The sixth and last strategy is to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Many studies have shown that you can reduce overall stress levels by improving your physical health. Regular exercise plays a key role in reducing and preventing the physical and mental effects of uncontrolled stress. 30 minutes of exercise at least 3 times a week does wonders for stress levels. Eat a healthy diet filled with fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grain. Reduce your caffeine and sugar intake. The highs from caffeine and sugar often end with a crash in mood and energy, making you more irritable and stressed out. Avoid alcohol and cigarettes, which is an unhealthy coping mechanism. Lastly, get enough sleep to relax your mind and body. These 6 strategies are a guide to help us reduce the amount of uncontrolled stress we experience in our daily lives. Stress is unavoidable, but hopefully this talk gives you some ideas to reduce the stress levels and live a more enjoyable and healthier life. Thank you for joining me on Health Corner, and I look forward to speaking with you again next week on Rudraaya.
My dear viewers, we are at the corporate segment of Rudraaya, so we'll now join Lotus Funeral Home, Kamalji.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I am the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center. I'm also a licensed funeral director. There are many things that a funeral home has to complete before a cremation or burial takes place. Today, I will talk about some of the legal forms that are prepared. When someone passes away, whether they pass away at the hospital, at home, or a nursing home, a medical certificate of death has to be prepared by a doctor and signed by them as well. This document is used by the funeral home to register the death with the city in order to get a permit for a cremation or burial. Without a city-issued permit, no cremation or burial can take place. The medical certificate of death is different from the proof of death certificates, which are issued by the funeral home. The proof of death certificates issued by the funeral home are used by families to cancel bank accounts, cancel identifications like driver's license and a health card. Proof of death certificates are also used as supporting documentation for filing with Canada Pension Plan reimbursements for funeral expenses and surviving spouse pension. Please note that proof of death certificates are meant only for Canadian government agencies and Canadian companies. If a family needs a proof of death certificate for reasons outside the country, for instance for banking or property purposes in Trinidad or Guyana, then a certified death certificate is needed. A certified death certificate is obtained either through Social Services Ontario, Service Ontario, or by the funeral home obtaining on behalf of the family, but additional charges will apply. A certified death certificate has a seal and a stamp by the government, which is accepted internationally. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center, we are open 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Someone is always available to take your call. We are centrally located for families from the East End to families from the West End. We have different room sizes from 500 seating to smaller rooms. The crematorium is located within the building, so we do not have to travel in bad weather to another location for the cremation. Our crematorium witnessing room accommodates a large gathering of people, as well as without any restrictions of how many people can witness the cremation. Puja items including fresh leaves and a kirtan group can be supplied by Lotus as well. For more information, please contact us from the number on your screen. Thank you for watching Rudraaya, and see you next week. Sitaram.
Life is beautiful, but death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
प्यारा नाम है तेरा प्यारा नाम है सिराज गोविंदा गोपाल तेरा प्यारा नाम है कोई कहे वसुदेव के नंदन कोई कहे नंदलाला कोई कहे नंदलाला कोई कहे वसुदेव के नंदन कोई कहे नंदलाला कोई कहे नंदलाला सिराज गोविंदा गोपाल तेरा प्यारा नाम है द्रौपदी ने जब तुम्हें पुकारा सारे आन पर आई सारे आन पर आई द्रौपदी ने जब तुम्हें पुकारा सारे आन पर आई सारे आन पर आई नाम करे कर बिछरे नाम करे कर बिछरे लेकर देखो मेरा भाई देखो मेरा भाई देखो गोपाल तेरा प्यारा नाम है तट पर नंद के लाला मुरली मधुर बजाई मुरली मधुर बजाई यमुना तट पर नंद के लाला मुरली मधुर बजाई मुरली मधुर बजाई ग्वालों के संग देखो काना ग्वालों के संग देखो काना माखन मिश्री खाई माखन मिश्री खाई राधे गोविंदा गोपाल तेरा प्यारा नाम है प्यारा नाम है तेरा प्यारा नाम है प्यारा नाम है तेरा प्यारा नाम है राधे गोविंदा गोपाल तेरा प्यारा नाम है गोपाल
My dear viewers, we are at the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment. Would like to thank our kind sponsors at Maha Rudradev Mandir, as well as our executive producer Gauri Khan for making Rudraaya possible. Would like to remind you that our Navratri Yagna starts on April the 5th, and we conclude on April the 12th, which is Durga Ashtami. And on the Saturday, April the 13th, we will be hosting Sri Ram Navami celebrations from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. So please ensure that at least we see you for one of those dates for Navratri. Come down, join with us. Pandit Ravi Sharma will be reading from the Durga Bhagavatam. So please come down and join with us. As I mentioned previously, Katha is very important, and of course do not miss the chance to hear about the glories of Mataji. We would like to end by wishing Renisha, our daughter, a happy birthday, and we look forward to join her in celebrations tomorrow at Maha Rudradev Mandir. And my dear viewers, please remember that the happiest people do not have everything, but they make the best of everything. Until we meet again next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
Happy birthday to my darling, happy birthday to you. बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, तुझे हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to my darling, happy birthday.